Why am I like this, y'all? Why am I like this? Okay, so we're getting to the back of my shelf of unopened things, and I am now opening up here one of the decks I have completely forgotten that I had because it came in and I never opened a box. I just threw it on the shelf because I was completely overwhelmed. If you're new here, I had a lot of things coming in all at once. So, this is the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. But the problem is this one. So this is the Radiant Wilds Tarot. This is my newest purchase, my first purchase in 2023. Now, the Radiant Wilds Tarot is a tarot deck that I have been going down the rabbit hole about in November and December, trying to scour the internet webs to find anything I could find about it. I had been looking at hashtags, I was looking at people's videos, there weren't too many online. And finally, I just got to the point where I was like, this is not my aesthetic. I am not into these star seedy things. This is very she-wolf. This is very moonchild. I don't have any of those. But I kept seeing it on Fairlight Tarot's channel. I mean, on her Instagram, and seeing it on Tarot Zebra's Instagram, and I'm just like, oh, it's so pretty. It's like, it's like a sunset in a box. And I love sunsets. And I go all over the world trying to find sunsets, and I hike to find them. And I threw it on my wish list and was like, okay, forget it. I'll revisit in June. Enter Vessa's Visions. She had a lovely, fabulous walkthrough. She completely talked me into it. So this is a Vessa made me do it. I'll link her walkthrough below so you guys can see it. And now I have the Radiant Wilds Tarot. So I'm going through the cards and I'm looking, and meanwhile the Holy Spectrum has come out and people have started to put their pictures on the internet, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, why do they remind me of something? And when I open Radiant Wilds, I'm like, why does this remind me of something? And then I'm like, oh no, are they basically the same Star City deck? Like, did I buy two of the same deck? I don't know, because I didn't open the other one. I just let it languish. So let's open this sucker. And I think we're going to do a little unfair comparison. Let me get this open. I'll be right back. Hi everybody, I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. Today we have a little bit of an unboxing, a little bit of a walkthrough, a little bit of unfair comparisons, right? I am going to go through both of these decks side by side because I have a feeling they're going to have something in common, which has nothing in common with me. Somehow I have managed to amass two decks that neither are really my aesthetic. I don't know. I don't know. Why am I like this, right? Why am I like this? So here we go. We're going to go through them and see what's up. This one was, sitting on my shelf, still in the box. Obviously, you just saw me take it out of the box. And this one is my first purchase of 2023. And now that I've seen these started to come up on Instagram, and I've seen some of the images from them, and I have, been down a whole rabbit hole with this one, and I actually saw this one on Vessa's, I think, and I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to be very similar, but I haven't opened this one yet. So let's open it up, and I'm going to I'm just going to remove the plastic from it. It's very shiny. You can see like my ceiling. Yeah. Okay. I freed them from their boxes. I have already gotten a whole bunch of fingerprints on this one. I tried to clean them off, but it didn't help. All right, so these are the backs. Obviously, these are a mirrored sort of gray, plain reflective back. You can see the phone there, and these are lovely. Yeah, they feel like space, but bright. I don't know. So those are the backs. Let's flip these over. These cards are glossy, the spectrum, the Holy Spectrum, this side. And these are matte. I did pop them back in order so that we can look at them side by side. I'm not sure, hang on, I'm not sure what order these are in. Swords, cups, pentacles, and then wands. Okay, so I'm going to try to put these in the same order. So we got, yeah, because I put them back in order, but I didn't know because I hadn't opened the box yet. But yeah, I think they're going to be similar, but let's cross our fingers and hope that they're not. That's what I'm hoping for. So we got swords. We need cups, pentacles, and wands. All right, so now they are in order. Let's get them out of the light. Let's zoom you in a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to just keep them over here because of the light. And let's see what we got. All right, so far they do feel similar, right? They're both in outer space. They're both stepping off of a rock, but that, I mean, that's typical of the RWS. So, so far I'm not okay. I'm just gonna move these out of the frame because these are very shiny. I'll leave these in the frame because they're very pretty. Let's see. With this one, yeah, I mean, the colors are definitely similar, right? That's one thing about this deck that I think I like better than the original version of this. They updated the coloring in this. I think the original version had mostly black backgrounds on the majors. These are very different. And I wasn't really feeling that. And the color has changed, like the saturation of the color or the tint or something, because I feel like the old one. This reminds me of a is it Jonasa Joust tarot card, but I feel like the older version, I would see it and I would just be like, yeah, I want to. Yeah, these are very different, aren't they? I was like, I want to get it, but I don't know. Like, I would just see it and be like, nah. And then I'd see a few cards and be like, yes, it's so nice. And then I'd look at it and like, nah. But for this one, something they did to it. I don't know if it's the tint. They changed the tints. I think what's going to make this very different is that this stays a little bit closer to the RWS, and this one is really going its own way. It really is. So that's helping. And this one feels darker, and this one more sunny, so that's good. Phew! I feel better about my purchase now, because this really is a sunset in a box. I love these borders at the bottom here. Something about the gradient in this really just, I don't know, comforts me, makes me want to go dive in and like be washed up in bathe in this yellow light, this golden yellow light. So I love this tethered one here. I would have loved for this to have been the devil card. Wouldn't that be cool if this was the devil card? Yeah, they look very different. But yeah, for the spectrum, the Holy Spectrum, I really I just kept passing it up. I kept seeing it on different people's Instagram channels. There's one person that I watch, I can't remember who really likes this deck, the original version, and they use it a lot. And I would see it, and it would send me running to the walkthroughs or the website, and And then I'd be like, no, it's just not for me. And this one, it's just different. It just vibes different. It just feels different. Another thing that really pushed me to want to get this out of the box was I just saw a video on Fairlight Tarot's new Instagram channel. I'll link the video below, where she was pairing. She does pairs, and that's something she's been doing on Instagram for a while, and we love it. And now she's brought it to YouTube, which is better because she can talk. And she did a pair with one of my favorite new Oracle decks, which is, wait, did I miss a card? Ace. Hold up, am I missing a card? The World, Awakening, the Sun. I was talking. Let me see, the Moon. Hey, editing Robin here. While filming, Robin sorts her shit out. I'm here to let you know that I don't know what the hell just happened with that flip through, but have no fear. I am about to film another one. I'm going to go film it right now, and I will pop it in after all of this nonsense. And I've been working with the deck for a couple of days now, so I have a little bit more to actually say. I can give a little bit of a more in-depth review as well. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. If not, you can just skip ahead right on to the minors, and I'll pop it in here. So here we go. Okay, here we go. So we've got the Fool. We're going to get like a real flip through here. Like I said, these are very similar, but then so are most RWS decks. The Magician has similar coloring and a similar style, right? Like I feel like, I don't know. Like I think that what I've noticed as I've been working with them, because I have been working with them for a couple of days now since I filmed the first video, and I've noticed that while the majors in this one, the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, do lean a little cosmic, right? And this whole deck is very cosmic. It's like a alien desert. But I feel like this deck, Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, even though the majors are cosmic, the minors are very rooted in reality. Like there's really, they're very modern and normal scenes with like a psychedelic coloring, right? So they're more like this, where it's like there's a car on a road. I mean, this is very cosmic, but it just feels more realistic, but with like a psychedelic tint to it. And so I think where I thought that they were all going to be like a very starseedy, this deck is not at all very, it doesn't have a whole lot of, to me, a whole lot of starseedy energy. It's quite normal, just with like a kind of psychedelic flair, which I kind of like. I'm kind of digging. It's cool. It's different than anything else that I have in my collection. I also noticed that the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum is much closer to RWS than the Radiant Wilds. The Radiant Wilds really does go its own way. It's doing its own thing, which I kind of love. And while the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum has some moments where it does its own thing, like here, for the most part, it's pretty much leaning into the RWS. There's also quite a few of these cards that give me sort of Marseille vibes. I don't know. Like maybe they remind me of like the Joe Nasa Joust decks, and so that's why they remind me of Marseille. But anyways, what I have noticed about the Radiant Wilds, though, is their cardstock is very, like, it's bowing, y'all. I haven't had this deck maybe 2 weeks, and I'm very gentle with my decks. Especially mass market decks with gilding. I don't riffle shuffle them. I try to, I riffle shuffle them maybe after a year. You know, I try to hold on to the gilding for as long as I can. I baby my decks. I do. I want to keep them nice for as long as I can. I know that eventually they will. I mean, they're paper, and you know, the more you use paper, the softer and the more worn it's going to get, right? But I do try to keep them nice for as long as possible. I have noticed that this one, the Radiant Wilds is significantly bowing. And I'll show you in just a moment when I finish the flip through. It's not such a big deal for me because I work on a soft surface. But if you work on a hard surface, when you lay your cards down, they're going to spin all over your table. I work on a cloth always with my cards. So, and there we are at the world. And I think that's neat because, that was her start. And there's her completion. And let's see what we got here. The start and the completion. Lovely. Well, I wonder, now I'm curious to see about the lovers and let's see. I'm just gonna see. Give me 1 second. So there's the lovers. And here's our devil. Yeah, no, there's not in that one. Well, let's see about this one. It's the lovers. And I remember the devil. It's not a match. Sometimes they match up, but not here. But anyways, so let me just show you. I'm just going to pop those out of the way. I've really been enjoying my work with Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. It's a lot of fun. It's very different from anything that I have in the coloring, so that's fun. And the Radiant Wilds has been a lot of fun for me too because it's something different for me to learn, and it's so freaking pretty. Okay, so let's look at these. So if you can see this. They are significantly bowed. I don't know if you can see, they're off axis and curved. So maybe more like that. You can see they're twisted almost. So when I lay them down, it's not going to do it so much on my surface because like I said, I have a soft surface. I keep a padding and then a cloth. But if you're on a regular surface, I don't know if you can see how it's curled up here and it's curled up here. So it's going to spin on your table if you're working on a hard surface. So just be aware of that. They're spinning. And they are matte, so they're not going to spin as bad as if they were glossy. But, just be aware of that. For me, it's fine because like I said, I work on a soft surface. So I've just been trying to be careful with them. But yeah, so that is that, and I will pop you back into the other video. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, she has a new YouTube channel, and I have been taking a look at it, and she did a comparison, did a pairs. Look at this. This looks like a comic book. With one of my new favorite oracle decks, which is the Modern Nirvana Oracle. And this. And I was like, oh, wait, I have this. But I haven't taken it out of the box. And I'd seen it on her Instagram, and I even asked her, what is this? And she was like, oh, this is, the Holy Spectrum Infinity Edition with the mirror backs. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I have those. I don't know why I'm like this. Something about shiny things, man. It was one of those impulse purchases. But this is not my aesthetic at all. So I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this in the end. I do, from what I'm seeing, I really like that it's so different from everything that I have in my collection. I do like that. It reminds me of the, I'm happy that it's different from this one too, the Radiant Wilds, because I was really afraid that they were going to be similar. Something in my head told me they were, but you know how this is why you have to take a picture, or in this case, a video, because your mind will play tricks on you. Yeah, I like these. I think they're very different. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this because the art style on this is a little strange, but I do like the colors a lot. And I like the fact that it's shiny because I'm a magpie, I guess. I really love that. And so I can't wait to read with it and try it. It's different for me. But this one is closer to RWS. So this is going to be a simple, easy reader for me. It's not going to give me any problems. I just have to see how I vibe with the artwork, right? This one is very different. I'm going to have to get into the guidebook, I think. So a lot of these cards go their own way, which is fine. That's fine. I don't mind it. I just have to find the time to read the guidebook. But I am in the mind where I'm going to try to use it anyway until I get time to read the guidebook, and then I will just pop right on back out, in and out of the guidebook as I need to until I have time to actually sit and read the guidebook. Because I'm going to use my deck. I'm not going to wait, because I have fallen into that trap before where I wait to read a guidebook and then I never use a deck. I like this 8 of Cups a lot. It matches the world, but still gives me the vibe. And I like his walking stick. I like how he's pimping away. I like that along the way he's meeting planets and valleys, and it's a swirling road, but still very satisfying. The style of it, I don't know, I like it. And I like this one too because it's giving me similar vibes where it's like a rolling hill. It's up and down, it's not necessarily gonna be an easy road, right? Yeah. I like this. This is a card that I remember from the first one. This is one of the ones that I would see on people's Instagram or channels, and would send me running to see if I wanted to get the deck. And then I would see the rest of the cards and be like, no. I think I just didn't like the colors. I couldn't put my finger on why I didn't got out of order again. Why I didn't like the other one. But this one, really, it called to me, and I don't know if I would say it's the colors as much as it might have just been the shiny. But now that I'm looking at it, I remember that those colors were just a little bit, how they just weren't quite there. They weren't quite, it was like somebody turned up the intensity to 9 instead of 10. You know what I mean? Like they just missed it. And these feel 10, So, what an interesting Ace of Pentacles. It's the perspective on it is really cool. Really cool. And this too is interesting too. Both of these decks are very different, and I'm grateful for that. I will say this. Since I discovered YouTube and I have been opened up to so many more tiny pieces of art, as I like to call them, I am getting very, very good at telling what I'm going to like and what I'm not. And sometimes when I bring things into my collection, although I don't know if I should really call my tarot cards a collection, because I don't have too many cards that I don't use. You know what I mean? Like with my playing cards, those are a collection because I have some that I haven't even opened the plastic on, and I'm okay with that. Like I don't intend to open the plastic on them. But with the tarot, I want to use them all, and if I'm not using them, I tend to rehome them. So I don't know if that's a collection or a library, right? I don't know. But anyways, I digress. I am getting better at deciding what I'm going to like and what I'm not before I bring it in. So I'm rehoming a lot less than I was. So that's good. These are very, very different. I'm so happy. This is so interesting. The way that they have zoomed in on certain things, or the perspective on this is very cool. It's very cool. That's the only thing I can say about it. It's just damn cool. I don't know that I have another deck that's this cool. So now I got 2. This one's pretty cool too, but it's cool in a different way. This one is cool. This one is cool, you know? Oh, Lord, I'm crazy. Ignore me. I'm being ridiculous. I like the light on this. I like this. I don't know. I do. I feel like this is the intensity is up. It's to a 10 now, right? Like it was just missing it before, but now we're good. I think I'm going to really enjoy this. And I also really love the fact that it's going to go with my Modern Nirvana Oracle, which is one of my favorites. And I actually am, one of my unboxings will probably be the Aventi because I did purchase it last year before the end of the year. Yeah, different, very different. So the coloring is the same. And I think the reason that maybe my brain thought that they were similar is because the coloring is so similar, right? Like the color palette is what I mean. Like the color palette echoes, but it's not exactly the same. And the way that the colors are used, like how much of one color is used versus the other is different. So even though the color palettes are the same, the usage of the color is very different. So yeah, this is what I mean. Your brain will play some tricks on you because in my head, these were the same. And that's why they always say, take a picture because you think you're going to remember, but you probably ain't. This is really cool. It reminds me of like old school comic books or I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm excited to get a chance to work with it soon. Now that I have it open, I can go ahead and go ahead and cleanse it. And these are very different energies, huh? There you go. This one really does go its own way, and I think that helps too. Look at this Queen of Wands. Ooh, sitting on branches. Like, throw the fire, I don't care. And the cat sitting there too, like, we don't care what you got, you know? And the king. And there's something in the bottom. Let's see what this is. Care instructions and a thank you for the purchase. It says they have a more vibrant color scheme, so that makes sense. All right. Well, I won't blind you again by showing you the backs, but thank you for coming along on this journey with me. This I'm happy to know that, you know, I have not purchased two of the same decks. So that's exciting. And I'm excited to use these. They do seem to be coated. It looks like all of the quartz for the pentacles are green. And let's see. Let's look at the quartz. Yeah, the color, the quartz for the, I'm sorry, those are the wands. Green, the heart. And solar practice. What is this for pentacles? And let's look at the cups quartz. If I can find them. No, where are they? Well, here's the swords. You can look at them. There's our swords court. Where did the cups cord go? There they are. There's our cups. They're very glossy. Well, not super glossy, but they're pretty glossy. But they're not sticky glossy. That is the tarot of the Holy Spectrum. In an unfair comparison battle with the Radiant Wilds tarot, they have gone head to head and both have survived. It was a tie. It was a tie. We have to have another fight. Everybody wins. Everybody gets money. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me on this craziness. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I release videos every 5 days. And yeah, until I see you again, stay safe and have a blessed day. Bye now.